Good afternoon. It is 5 p.m. on the 10th, and everybody is talking about weather. So let's start with weather. By about 7 o'clock, we see the clouds develop. We have a lot of convection going on. The system is going to build, okay? And we do have the potential for some very severe thunderstorms to happen out of this. As we rotate into this, it is going to be picking up. Now, eastern UP is going to stay fairly clear of this most of the evening, probably until 2 o'clock. And you might see some opportunity here early evening at Port Huron, maybe the Thumb area. The clouds may be high enough and maybe broken enough that you might be able to get some auroras. Around 9 p.m., Lansing, St. John's, Jackson, you might actually have the golden spot to be and be cloud free. Rotating down, by 10 p.m., most of Michigan is going to be clouded up. This is going to hit south of Ludington for the most part. Muskegon, that area is going to get slammed with this spot. I look for some of this maybe to get severe. So those of you who can't catch auroras, you might want to catch lightning. There might be some lightning to this. And we know that when we get significant solar storms, it sometimes propagates more lightning and gets really wild lightning. So tonight might be the night to get some really amazing lightning shots. So I would be watching for that. As this rotates through, Ludington and this area right here are going to be your first areas to clear. They may clear up by about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning enough that the rain is past, the clouds are starting to break, and they may, even though there are clouds to the north, if the auroras are at a KP8, KP7, you may still be able to catch some auroras through the broken clouds. So that might be the area to try and go tonight as this goes through. And I am going to switch over to, let me end that. I'm going to go to the 24-hour view. Coming back here, when we get to about 1 o'clock, okay, let's put that in motion. As you can see, by 1, 2 o'clock, it starts to clear out. And this southern Michigan, this corner down here, is going to clear out the first. That might be the place to be because it might be the first place you see the auroras after the storm passes. By tomorrow night, everything should be clear and everyone should see auroras throughout the area. Now, backing up overall, and looking throughout the United States, tonight, New York, East Coast through this area will be cloudy. We've got Colorado and New Mexico, some clouds. Let's look at our satellite. We have the East Coast is fairly cloudy, murky, Maine, New York, the whole East Coast. Florida, you probably can see the auroras. Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, through here, Texas, parts of Texas, up through this plains area, you might have a shot. Dakotas, you are going to have a good shot at seeing auroras. As the system rotates down and over, you're going to see some of this clouds rotate down and into this system is going to start centering farther and farther east, but it is going to rotate some of these clouds in over Minnesota and northern Wisconsin into Michigan. So through the overnight hours, as this moves up and away, we're going to see some clouds rotate in and then leave. New Mexico, Arizona, you may get some chances if you have broken clouds at seeing the auroras. Northern California, Oregon, West or Washington, if you can see auroras, I would be out the door looking. You have got about the best chance of anybody at seeing auroras. So, I would be out there looking. Southern and western Texas, you've got storms moving in. Central Texas, you have some real good thunderstorms popping up here, so your chances will be limited. You want to go north along the Oklahoma border if you want to see auroras. Or up here into this area over here into the Three Corner area. It looks to be about your best shot at seeing auroras and being the clearest. I hope everybody has a good chance. Now, again, I'm going to predict we had a well, they're saying this is a 3.98 now that happened this morning. With this came a very long, very dense vertical CME. So it went from the flare that happened in the sunspot all the way up to the coronal hole above it. So let's see what that looks like. Let me pop this over here. And my internet is moving super slow, so we may go somewhere, we may not. There we go. This is just going to be whoa, okay, there we go. So I'm going to go down here in 211 angstroms. We're going to find this little CME. This was a trans-equatorial CME, so it went pretty much from top to bottom. So we're going to shoot this out here. We're going to let it run so it shoots all the way out. As you can see, we got near constant flaring. So we're going to back it up here real slow. And right here, you can begin to see that go. Okay, right here. Let me pause it. It's not letting me pause. Okay. You can see, begin to see here, we have a very dense plasma coming up out of this. We have it down here, shooting out this way. You can see a loop coming out from here that breaks away. So you've got it coming, shooting out this way, it's shooting down this way, it's shooting up this way, and you can see it, this loop connects all the way up into the coronal hole here. So this is a trans-equatorial vertical CME that has let go early this morning at about 8 o'clock about 4 o'clock this morning. And it kind of whooshes out. And then following that, we have an M class. And it is just a little baby M class right here. And you can just see it whoosh out there, right there at the bottom of the CME. Whoosh! This is fairly dense. Okay, this has got a lot of plasma to it. And you can see a little bit of a disruption here. So this is a fairly good size. You can see it reaching out here. And you can see the looping lines reaching out here, that this disruption is fairly large. So it is large and it is fairly wide. So it is going to be a fairly good disruption here. And let's see what happens after that, because I have not had a chance to look at the feed. There's another flare. And and we're right there. We've had some minor flares, but I don't see anything really big. Now, looking at this is getting really massive right here. And we have a really big roping filament right here that's getting really defined. And it's looping into this corona hole. I would watch this because this could let go. And if it does, it's apt to pop earthwards and up. I would watch this. There is something right here, a filament right here that could let go. That is quite strong. And we have these roping filaments, this filament tube right here that could let go. I would watch these in the next coming days. We also, if we go back, I gotta shrink this.